What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Maya and this is my channel, Airy Intuition, and today we're going to be talking about something that every person needs to know. I have 9 tips on how to ace being 18, or just how to ace your first couple of years being grown. Things that I wish someone would have told me when I was first out into the world that I had to learn on my own, and so to prevent you from making mistakes like I did, I'm making this video. Alright, so it's 9 tips, and so it's 3 categories. And so it'll be money, relationships, and self-care. The first tip for money, I would say never tell people how much money that you have or how much money that you make. So from my experience, when I was living with my family and other people, I noticed that once they knew how much money I had, like in my pockets at that time, or when I got paid even, there will always be like little extra fees on how much rent I should pay throughout the month. Or they will always be like, oh, I need a little extra couple of dollars, I know you got it. Especially if you're in an environment where you feel like you can't trust the people that you're around, I just would say don't tell people how much money you make at all. Okay, so for the second tip is get a bank account. Yes, girl. I remember when I was like 20, maybe 21, that I got a bank account. Because I was under 23 at the bank that I signed up for, they gave me a student account. And so the student account let me make transactions that would never give me overdraft fees. So let's just say that I had $300 in my account and the bill that I was trying to pay was $305. It wouldn't even come out of my account. The payment wouldn't even go through. And so that was to prevent me from getting overdraft fees, and as we all know, overdraft fees are a bitch. Okay, so that really helped me and saved me money, and that's something that I really do recommend. All right, and so for the last tip for money is pay your bills on time. Y'all, I cannot tell you how many times I was at the mall, out with my friends, out eating, spending my last couple of dollars, knowing I had bills due. Now, let me tell you something. It is so embarrassing to be looking cute and your phone is off. You can't get on Snapchat, you can't text nobody, you can't do nothing, but you just in the house cute. Either that or you forgot to pay your rent, or you forgot to pay your lights, and so now you can't even charge the phone to look cute on camera. So please pay your bills first. Future you will thank you very much. You will thank yourself in the long run. All right, so for relationships, number 1, if they are taken, don't even waste your time. One thing about me is that I always had a hard time understanding that if somebody is taken, like there's no way things will work out for you. Even if it starts out where like, oh, well, we really don't like each other like that, like we're just messing around, woo-woo. Like don't even fuck them if they're with somebody. Like leave them alone. It will only cause you trouble. Even if you and this person don't catch feelings for each other, they could have a crazy partner that they're with that feels like you're a threat and that they have to get rid of you. And so that's the last thing that you want. So if they have somebody, leave them the hell alone. Okay? Okay. All right, so for the second one for relationships is there needs to be an equal give and take. So this can go for romantic relationships as well as friendships and in family, I would say. If they can call you and you can help them and drop everything at the drop of a dime, but they can't do it for you, it's time to deaden it, period. That's something that I used to do often with friends. As soon as I got a car and no one else really had a car, like whenever they need to go somewhere, they would call me and I would be the first one up to take them somewhere, blah, blah, blah. But whenever I needed help, whenever I needed advice, whenever I needed someone to depend on, they were never there for me. And so that's something that I had to learn how to just like let it go. Like if people can't give you what you give them, then they're really not worth your time, honestly. Okay, so for the last one for relationships, it is never be afraid to start over. This is relationships and friendships. If things are going south, never be afraid to start over. 9 times out of 10, if this person is like a narcissist or if they're manipulative, they know that there's something within you that you don't want to start over. You don't know where you're going to go, who you're going to talk to, who else you can trust, and they're using that against you. At least in my experience, they were. Never be afraid to cut people off, period. If somebody's not treating you right, if somebody's not doing what they need to do or what you need from that person, depending on the title that they have in your life, then they gotta go. I know it can be hard to start over and to find other people that will give you that same sense of comfort, because that's usually what it is, that sense of comfort, and you don't know if you'll be able to find it again, or you want that person. I get it, but if it's not working, then it. All right, so the last category is self-love. My favorite one. For the first one, I would say be gentle with yourself. A lot of times when I was fresh out of high school, I was really hard on myself for not knowing certain things that my peers knew. And so I would always consider myself as a kid compared to my peers or compared to everyone else, because I didn't have certain knowledge on certain things, or I didn't have the things that other people had. It's gonna take time to accumulate the knowledge that you need to make it out here in the world. It's gonna take time to accumulate the resources that it takes to really succeed and thrive in this world. And it's okay. You're fresh out the gate, it's fine. Anything that you go through, try to learn the lessons and figure out how to not make that mistake again. That's really the best thing that you can do that will really help you in the long run. Second tip for self-love is do not compare yourself. To this day, I still do struggle with this, especially with social media and everything. It can seem like everybody has their whole life put together, like they have it all figured out, they're not struggling, everything is just good days every day, and that's not always the case. If you see someone and they have something that you want and you're trying to figure out, why don't I have it now? Why do they have what I want and I don't have it, and blah blah blah. Like, at the end of the day, you're gonna get your turn to get what you want. You will. Life is a marathon, not a race. If you're comparing other people based on their age or the things that they've done and wondering why you don't have it yet, please understand that your blessings will come when they come. Not only that, but you just never know. You can be looking at somebody thinking, why don't I have what they have? And somebody else will be looking at you like, why don't I have what they have? So it's just do your own thing. Take your time. Especially when it comes to, I would say, starting a family. Don't try to rush and have everything figured out and have everything settled and like, oh, my life is set. There's so much that can happen in life where it's just, take your time. Please take your time. The last tip, I would say, practice self-care often. Being in that age range is a good time to start your skincare. I would say start your skincare routine, get it down packed so that, you know, in 20-30 years you won't need filler, you won't need Botox, even though I kind of need some filler. You won't need filler, you won't need Botox, you won't need all of that. You can only get that if you want to, but it won't be necessarily needed, you know what I mean? Get your self-care together, make sure you look nice, you're healthy, go to the doctor, and those are the things that help you feel your best. And this is a really good time to invest in those things. It's a really good time to invest in those things, but I wouldn't say like spend all your money on appearances. You know, at least try to have a little bit of money saved up just in case anything happens, even if it's just like $100 just saved in your account, just sitting there. You just never know. So this one is kind of like attached to like the last one. So if you notice that there are certain habits that you're doing that's leaving you behind, or it's jeopardizing your schedule, it's jeopardizing your health, your sleep, stuff like that, I would just say try to deaden it, try to stop it, try to, I would say, reroute your life. Right now is the best time to set how you want your life to go, because now you're an adult. You can really just do whatever you want, and so that can be kind of like a double-edged sword, at least from my experience. You can do whatever you want, but sometimes the things you want to do isn't what you need to do. Just make sure, if you know you're staying up late and you know you got work in the morning, go to bed. Don't spend money that you don't have. I've done that before. Spending time with people that you know don't deserve your time and energy, or that you know are draining your time and energy, even your money, just don't do it. Just deaden it, y'all. All right, so those are my 9 tips on how to ace being a youngin', I guess. I don't know why I'm gonna title this, but those are my tips, things that I wish people would have told me a long time ago, or at least just would have enforced to me a little bit more. And so if you like this video, comment if you want to see more videos like this, or just other video ideas that you can think of that you want to see me do. You can follow me on social media. My Twitter is the Empress Card. I don't have any other social media, it's just Twitter. So yeah. And yeah, I will be uploading weekly. I will try to. Comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video.